something that they have been very successful in years past, but the narrative has changed in the last little bit for the Flyers. So they have to get in outright. They can't worry about being tied with the team because they lose all the tiebreakers to almost every opponent.
And they were third in the Metro midway through January, and then 4 weeks ago they were 10 points behind the Islanders, and now look at them. It's been wild here in the East, and it's not going to stop.
And the Bruins start the overtime with Pastrnak and Kastelik. Kastelik is out there to win the faceoff. He's over 60% on the season. It's all about gaining possession, and then he will go for a line change, and the Bruins will look to get to work.
Cates for the Flyers, Minton and Zacha on the Bruins side all have 2 overtime goals this season. Kastelik won the draw, heads to the bench. Replaced by Zacha. Here's Pastrnak with Zacha and McAvoy. Pastrnak gives it away. Here's Sanheim for Forster. Sanheim cutting for the net. Forster across. Sanheim to the ice. Battle for the puck. It's underneath Sanheim. Zacha works it free. 3-on-3 hockey in overtime. Picked off by Tippett. Here's Owen Tippett with a shot, and that's gloved by Korpisalo.
Well, the Bruins get possession on the face-off win by Kastelik. Zacha comes out to play with Pastrnak. Pastrnak turns it over as he tries to find McAvoy. That leads to the odd man the other way for the Flyers, and Forster tries to find Sanheim, but Sanheim not able to corral it. And then Tippett with a chance, Jody.
Yeah, I mean, just 2 blatant turnovers, miscues from the Boston Bruins. Now you can see a missed opportunity, the shake of the head there from the Flyers.
Flyers send out Cates with Tippett and Drysdale.
Cates changes for Zegras.
Cates was out for the faceoff. Bruins with the puck. Geekie with the 2 Lindholms. 1-1 in overtime. Here comes Geekie. Geekie defended by Zegras, pulls the puck back out.
What a time it would be for Geekie to break out of that goal slump. To
1
do it in
minute
OT.
gone by in overtime. He's gone 16 games without a goal. Now Hampus Lindholm. Lindholm still with it. Now Geekie. Geekie has some room. Geekie shoots and it's blocked by Drysdale, and the puck is out of play.
Geekie smashes his stick and breaks it. The one that he taped 4 times, Jordan.
Well, the whole bench, to my right, the Bruins in anticipation, they want him to score a goal. And as he gets this look in the middle of the ice, the whole bench is up. There they go on the left side. Oh! Of course, they want the win, but they want their teammate not to be so frustrated.
That was a good pick by Hampus Lindholm that opened up that spot for Geekie to get to the middle of the ice. And Drysdale with a huge... There's a pick there by Lindholm. And Geekie right in the slot. And Drysdale with probably the biggest block of his career right there.
Yeah, it's all man on man here. So you try to create a 2-on-1 if you can, or else if you can get that with 2 guys collide and open up some ice for one individual. But offensively, it's all about the support and try to 2-on-1 a player and get to that middle of the ice for a shot.
Kastelik again out there for the faceoff, but he gets tossed.
So Pastrnak will step in.
Yeah, big advantage for Christian Dvorak now.
Pastrnak, Kastelik, McAvoy. Now Forster racing after the puck. Hit by Pastrnak. Kastelik headed to the bench. Here's York. Cam York for the Flyers. In with a shot and the save by Korpisalo.
Another one off Korpisalo up in the area. Had no idea where it was. Good battle by Forster on the wall to beat Pastrnak to that puck in his own zone.
Now Pastrnak with the long outlet pass. Tied at 1 in overtime. Here's Zacha. Back for Pastrnak. Pastrnak cuts behind the net. Now Dvorak racing after the puck. Pastrnak got the stick in. Here comes Dvorak. Breakaway. Geeks lost the handle. But now the Flyers will have a power play in overtime. Pastrnak Pasternak tried to slow down Dvorak, got the stick in. Power play Philadelphia.
That's a second turnover for Pasternak in this overtime. And boy, I think the Flyers probably wonder if it should be a penalty shot, but Dvorak does get a good opportunity after the fact, and the puck rolls right off his stick.
Well, he didn't get a shot on net. The Flyers have called a timeout here.
Assistant coach Jay Verity drawing up a power play scheme for the Flyers. And a struggling power play can benefit.
They have not called a timeout.
Well, they can benefit from a 4-on-3 versus a 5-on-4. They did not use a timeout, but they tried to get into play as quickly as possible.
What a wild overtime here with the turnovers from the Bruins. And now a huge opportunity for a power play that has gone 0 for 3 here tonight, but this is different. 4-on-3.
Yeah, more ice. Got to try and 2-on-1 somebody here on the 4-on-3.
Oh, a high stick here. Look at this.
Right off the draw. Zegras took a stick.
Boston 73, 2 minutes for high sticking.
This would be a 5-on-3.
Well, the only thing better than a 4-on-3 is a 5-on-3. And what's even better for the Flyers is that McAvoy is in the box and not able to kill the penalty. Is he comes up and clearly catches Zegras in the face.
So it will be a 5-on-3 advantage for the Flyers in overtime.
You got Martone out there, the 19-year-old shooter.
And Forster as well. Forster and Martone can switch off on that one-timer side, but keep an eye to that back post for Martone to the left of Korpisalo.
5 forwards on the ice for Philadelphia. 2-man advantage. Here is Forster across to Zegras. Now Forster once again. Here's Zegras down low in front. Oh, Martone stop! They score! Martone with his first National Hockey League goal during a 5-on-3 power play in overtime. The Philadelphia Flyers win it and move into 3rd place in the Metropolitan Division, a playoff spot following an overtime victory.
It's going to be the first of many for Porter Martone. He was stopped on the initial shot. As the Flyers work it around and down low, Korpisalo robs him, but Martone able to find the rebound, get it backhand to forehand. And after several close calls in games prior and in tonight, Porter Martone finally has his first National Hockey League goal. They don't get any bigger than that as the Flyers find themselves on the inside of the playoff picture with this victory in overtime.
Martone from Dvorak and Zegras, and the Flyers bench erupts.
Well, a power play that really couldn't get anything going all game long got the gift of a century. A 5-on-3 in overtime, and they made the most of it. What a hockey game here in Philadelphia.